Hey, what's up, bitches? This is Christian Witchcraft, welcoming you to the Titus podcast. This episode brought to you by Harry's, harrys.com. Go to harrys.com. You know we love them. Use promo code Titus to get $5 off of your first order. And now here, with what I think is an Armageddon update about guns, again, Christopher Titus!
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon update. And this last week has really been a goulash of nightmare. A ship sank in a hurricane, a train crash, South Carolina flooded, and we had another school shooting. It's really great to see that since Columbine, we have done absolutely nothing. Nothing. We have done exactly what the NRA wants, and we have piles of dead kids pretty much on a weekly basis. As of today in 2015, we've had 278 days in the year and 294 mass shootings. That's defined as 4 or more people getting shot, although the FBI defines mass shootings as 4 or more people getting killed. Tomato, or auto, or semi-auto. Either way, the pro-gun people have a point, and their arguments are sound. Let's look at the pro-gun argument, shall we? Argument number 1. Hey, cars kill people too. Great argument, except unless it's in a Stephen King novel, cars aren't built to kill. Also, hard to sneak a car into a school and run down kids at recess. Second, people spend about an hour or more in their car every day. It's a tool we all use in life. Most mass shootings last about 10 minutes. Also, did you know that guns have finally caught up with cars with the number of deaths per year? Good job, guns! Argument 2. Countries with gun control have more crime. Well, no one's taking my DVD player unless they go through Smith & Wesson first. Well, the truth is that Australia hasn't had a mass shooting since 1996, when they outlawed weapons. In fact, the Australian murder rate has fallen to 1 per 100,000, while the U.S. rate is still roughly 4.5 per 100,000. Yep, that's right. We kill people over 4 times more than Australia. Moreover, robberies in Australia occur at only about half the rate of the U.S. 58 robberies in Australia per 100,000 versus 113 per 100,000 in the U.S. That's right, people in the U.S., we have more guns, more death, and more crime. The one thing that Australia does not have is gun makers or a gun lobby. Well, there you go. And Japan's gun death rate, effectively 0. Did you know that? Violent crime in Japan without guns, about 5 times less than the U.S. Rape, for every 1 rape in Japan, there are 27 in the U.S. So we are obviously a little more hornier than the Japanese, or nothing makes raping easier than pointing a gun at the rapee. Argument number 3, the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment, or should I say it like Americans say it, Second Amendment, goddammit! It was interpreted to protect the rights of states to maintain militias and for militiamen to sustain arsenals. That meant all the states had to have like a state guard. You like National Guard, except like there'd be a Nevada Guard and a Montana Guard. And that was supposed to fight the government if the government got too cocky. You know, because they don't want no centralized army running stuff, because that's how the crap with England got started. So the federal government, in the early years of our country, states were expected to sustain a state militia. And the men in the militia got to have guns. Not everybody got to have guns. See, the Second Amendment has been bastardized a lot, co-opted and reinterpreted. And I wonder what the great men that built this country, the ones that wrote the Constitution, would think about the piles of dead kids at our schools based on a law written 240 years ago. Now, argument number 4. It's not a gun issue, it's a mental health issue. Well, the facts are that Australia, England, and Japan have as many per capita crazy fuckers as we do. What they don't have is guns. Can't stop crazy, but we could stop guns, like Australia, England, and Japan. But I gotta be honest, I don't want to stop guns, people. Besides, America has 88 guns for every 100 people. That means a shitload of kids have guns. I just think it's time to make a gun something like a good credit score, something that not everybody can get. You know, we should have a weapon score. If you had a job for 4 years, if 10 people vouch for you, if your credit score is above 700, if you pass a psych evaluation and qualify bi-yearly on a gun range, then you get your gun. You're a quality human being, and you give guns the gravity they deserve. You know, we'll make sure that the only people with the power to kill won't. Because I'm tired of piles of dead kids. Aren't you? I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast, and boy, again, we cannot believe that we're talking about fucking guns again. I'm so tired of this.
You know, it's you talking about the guns.
Every time 10 people are killed, I gotta bring it up. With me as always to the right, looking tight. Bombshell Rae.
What's up, people?
Hi, Bombshell. How are you today?
Hi, I'm doing just fine. How are you?
Did you have a nice birthday?
Oh my gosh, let's talk about me. I had the best birthday.
Hold on. And in the distance, fetus.
Hey!
Okay,
no,
go ahead.
that wasn't right.
Go ahead.
It's supposed to be more like, hey.
In the distance, fetus.
Hey!
That's
was
good. Good. Nice crack. Go ahead. Birthday.
My birthday was the best birthday I think I've ever had.
Do you want to talk about the guns first or birthday first? You want to end the gun thing with the birthday thing because we can talk about our friends that went with us, or we can or you can start with the gun thing first.
Sometimes when you talk, I have acid flashbacks.
Because I speak
You too?
a little ADHD.
A little bit.
A little
It's
bit.
very confusing.
Right.
I need a map and a decoder ring.
I don't like you at all right
You
now.
do like me.
I love you. But okay, so we had a great birthday party. We did. We actually did something crazy. People went to...
Let's talk about guns.
All right, so first
Okay.
of all, we had a birthday party with guns. No, that's not it. That's not what happened.
No, but that would be Agent Pink Squashy's best birthday ever.
So here's my problem. Again, I know I've said here's my problem about 1,000,000 times on
Yes.
this podcast. My big issue right now is there are no more arguments. The arguments are now over. When it comes to the statistics, I started going after other countries. You know, no one can make it work, man. You can't, if you did take away the guns, you take away our liberty. Well, no, Australia has liberty. Japan has liberty. I mean, they're horribly oppressed people, but that they chose that. England, liberty. And the crime rates are lower than we have, which is amazing. You know why? Because we have guns. And you know what you do with guns? Commit crimes.
We also have a lot of assholes,
Yeah, we do have
which I
an
think there's a
amazing-
direct correlation between the gun deaths and the
I keep
amount
my
of
foot.
assholes.
I keep my foot in both camps, by the way.
You definitely do.
Thanks for jumping on
You're
that.
definitely bi.
I'm definitely bi. I'm a nice guy / asshole. I get it. I'm okay with that. I'm actually so now we have all these people that are. What I've noticed this time is the gun people are a little quieter this time. Have you noticed? Because this guy wasn't crazy. This guy wasn't crazy. He just decided he didn't have a girlfriend. He was mad, and he went in. He has no history of mental illness.
I just feel like I have nothing further to say on this.
I know we've talked
refer
about-
back to my other rants.
Yeah. Let's go back 15 podcasts that we've done on this stupid
We're now
subject.
going to pause this episode to play excerpts from the last 27 podcasts we did about shootings in America.
Right. Well, we didn't cover all of them because there's been more shootings than days in the year so far. More mass shootings.
And I just don't have that kind of time.
More mass shootings than days in the year. Isn't that right there? Just that one sentence a problem. But isn't that one sentence right there? And I've been saying piles of dead kids. You know, people go, yeah, well, Second Amendment, and we have our rights, and the government's going to tyranny, and blah, blah. Pile of dead kids. Piles of dead kids. Piles of dead kids. And that's the only argument I have. It's the only argument I have. And I'm tired of that argument. I'm tired. I have 2 kids that go to school. Now I have double chances because my kids both go to different schools now. So now it could happen at either school. And I think we need to do something. And even if we're not going to, look, here's what we're not going to do. We are not going to take the guns away from American citizens. It's never going to happen, ever. It's never going to happen. And if it does happen, it'll be because the society decided, we don't need guns anymore. In fact, we look crazy. To the rest of the world, we look kind of crazy. Do you know that? I mean, Burundi aside, where the death rate is like 40 or 27 per 100,000, countries where it's just gunplay is just part of the deal, we look insane.
I thought that. I actually thought what really made that evident to me was when Pope Awesome came over.
Pope Awesome, the first, yes.
He's
That's
definitely
his new
the
name.
first. Pope Awesome came over and they actually had to put security in place, and they were talking about the possibility and the very high threat level and the high security necessary that took us weeks to put in place to make it possible for Pope Awesome to ride down the streets, because it was really obviously a much more serious concept here that he might get shot.
Right.
And I thought, I wonder if it made me think for the first time for him coming over, if that would be something in someone's mind, coming a public figure coming from somewhere else, like, oh shit, I'm going where they shoot people all
Or
the
does he?
time.
Do you think he's going? What? You have a problem. Wait a minute. You have a problem with people shooting. This is why we don't come to America. Why are you talking over me? Uncool.
I'm making it a chant for you.
No, but you're overdoing it. See.
Never.
Yes, so he must think we're crazy. They had to brief him on the flight over. I'm so glad we're going to America. It's going to be fun to talk to the people, and it's going to. My English is a little slow, but I will phonetically do it. Yeah, you could get shot though. What? No, we went to Australia. It was no problem. Japan, no big deal. We went to many places in Europe. No problem. England, no problem. What? I can get shot? Really? Why do they have guns? Does everybody have guns? Yes, everyone has guns. No shit.
Pope Awesome said that?
I'm going to pray.
And he's from Russia.
Pope Awesome. I don't know what I'm doing. Where is he from? He's from Brazil. Argentina, right?
Fetus just sounded offended. He was like...
No. Pope Awesome is from the earth, man. He is not from any country.
No, he actually said where he was from, but he was like, dummy. Yeah, did you hear the implied dummy?
I knew it was some sort of Spanish-speaking country.
With a lot of vowels.
Yeah. It wasn't Russia. Yeah. I gotta practice. I gotta go.
No,
work
please
on my
don't.
dialect
Please
again.
don't.
Not on the podcast. I'll do it by myself.
No. I mean, we like you the way you are.
No. I'm gonna start nailing it. That's what
I wonder what he would sound like if he was from Germany.
Okay, that's not gonna happen. Speaking of that, let's start this off before we get back to this. Harry's Razors is Harry's.com is signed us up. Is it crazy? We thought after Harry Hitler they would be like, thanks guys, nice knowing you, we're out. Instead, this podcast currently is sponsored by Combustion Speedwear and Harry's.com. Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
But really, Harry's.com.
Yeah, Harry's.com. We're going to be doing it. Basically, our
you
podcast,
are Combustion Speedwear.
Shut up. I haven't been talking about it, and there's
no. I mean, you are. That's
I know,
you.
That's my company, right?
Right.
And so I pay for the mics and stuff, so it's sponsored by me.
This podcast brought to you, sponsored by Christopher Titus.
No, well, and that's what we've done, and the few people that have donated on the website. But now Harry's.com every week till the end of the year, due to Harry Hitler.
They did not say due to Harry Hitler,
No?
but I would also draw a direct correlation between Harry Hitler and an email from Harry's.com about sponsoring the podcast for the rest of the year.
It's crazy. So we're going to do this ad now early. I want to talk to you. So Fetus is a Wookiee. I don't know what's up with your hair growth, dude, but it's crazy. I don't know if it's because you're way up the North Country, but his family's up from upstate New York near Canada.
Aren't you Adirondack boy?
Adirondack
those are very hairy people.
So I show up. He shows up at my house to pick something up the other day, and he's clean shaven. I'm like, oh. And people, you don't know the bush that was on this kid's face. It was crazy. And this is a face who's never had bush on it. What I'm saying is this.
Harry's, that's the sound of them slowly withdrawing their ads.
No, he's a kid. He's 23. I at my age can't. Fetus.
Are you 23?
24.
Oh, that's what I thought. He had
24.
a birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday, Fetus. Like this is 9 days. This is 9 days, dude. That's 4 days. What you literally look like.
What you have
he looks like an NFL football player from the 70s, man. That's how bushy his beard is.
What you
right
have
now.
is a smattering, a whisper of hair.
Right.
How many days can we speak to you for a second?
You could be undercover
can you come
Amish
over
right
here?
now.
How many days growth is this currently on your face?
It's like 7 or 8.
Holy crap! This is 7 or 8 mine. Look at this. Look at the difference.
He's like Grizzly Adams.
You are.
Well, you have like blonde hair. It's see-through.
Killed him a bar when he was only 3.
Okay, so he did show up clean shaven.
And I said, oh my God, dude, you took that off really fast. And he goes, those Harry's razors kick ass. That's what he said from the bottom. I was on the balcony.
I love that you've totally drunk the Kool-Aid. Like he's full in Titus podcast style.
Yeah, I mean, actually, like, I didn't actually say, yeah, they kick ass from the balcony, but I did say.
No, I was on the balcony. You can't even.
Right?
What?
You will tell us what you thought of the races now.
I'm being interrogated
We are
again?
doing a commercial and you're doing the hemming and the hoink. Harry Hitler will demand you talk about the races and a good style.
Okay. It was definitely the best shave I've ever had.
There you go. There we go. That's very nice.
I love to
Don't
watch
be
this.
intimidated by us at
And
all.
so, like, okay, I have this thick, like, wiry, like, North Country
Yes,
beard
you
hair.
do.
It's tough to shave because it just doesn't want to work ever.
It does not want to work ever, but when you get the blade from the German factories that makes the Harry's blades, it will take it down so quick. They are sharp. They are dangerous, but they will not hurt you.
Can confirm, was not hurt in the process of shaving. And my face was as smooth as a baby's bottom.
How would you know?
Because we held the baby up to his face and we compared. we touch the baby's butt and then we touch his face. Sam! All right, thank you for the commercial. Sit down.
You make him so uncomfortable.
He never tries to jump in. He's like, okay, I'm just going to keep...
Did you notice a difference? Let me ask, because you scare him too much for him to ever answer.
All right.
It's definitely a significant difference. Like, you can spend like $1 bajillion on stupid razors.
After you get the guy to unlock them.
Yeah,
at
after
the
you get the
CVS.
guy to unlock them at the CVS to make sure you don't have a firearm on you.
Could I get razor security, please? I need to talk to razor security. Can you come in and unlock
And then they take 20 minutes and they can't find the right key. Then you're like, whatever.
No, and then they won't let you touch them.
Right.
Yeah. They're like the razor Nazis. You have to hold the razors at the counter until you're ready to check out.
Yeah, I'll drop these off front so no one just runs out of here with razors. Okay?
You need to show like 5 forms of ID, and it's just crazy. But then Harry's, you buy them, and then they come to your house, and they're better than anything else that I can get.
There you go. Wait. So all right, bushy face, sit down.
Whatever.
Oh,
You know when I get to whatever, when I get there.
yeah, but he actually
But go to harrys.com, use promo code Titus, and you get to $5 off. Still, right?
$5 off your first order, so it's pretty stupendous. Now that we're going into Christmas, free shipping, yeah.
Yeah, order a couple because again, I swear, we always order a couple because we wrap them and they just sit there and someone comes up, that one guest comes over. Hey, we thought you were going to be here, but now that you're here, we'll give you, instead of sending you your present, here's your present.
We got it for you
Yeah,
specifically. Now that you've told people on air, that's what we do. Anyway, harrys.com, promo code Titus, $5 off your first order, HARRYS.com.
Perfect.
You know you like it.
So, the gun thing. So all we have to do is I just want to blow out all these arguments.
Let's sandwich our advertiser in
Do
between.
you know that?
gun
Do you know?
talk.
No, all the states, all the redneck states, southern states that have very lax gun laws, the killings are through the roof compared to the states that don't. It's like 17. I think it's 17 per 100,000 shootings in Alabama, and it's like 5 in California. So gun laws work. Gun laws are effective, and gun laws stop death. That's it. That's how it goes. And did you know that the NRA has made it so our government can't even gather statistics on gun violence? There's a law that we can't even legally gather statistics on gun violence.
I just think that all of this it's such a hot button issue. Everybody gets so mad.
I'm
I'm
not
not following you anymore, and you're an asshole, and I'm going to attack you personally.
Piles of dead kids. Piles of dead kids.
But that's all I'm saying. Like, everybody just don't think about what party you are, and just for a second, just be rational and be reasonable and realize that it's becoming a greater problem, which means that we all need to do something about it. I'm not saying I'm from the South. I'm a Southern girl. I own a gun.
Our family, if you look at our family, a lot of big, there's the major people that we respect in our family are big gun people. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, Scotty.
Well, you have to because they have a gun.
Scotty, Dennis, Randy, Josh, everybody are big gun people. And even they're like, man, we got to do something. These idiots can't have guns. When the gun people are going, these idiots need to not have guns, I think we all can come together and come up with a decent plan and make it work.
Because we're obviously not going to address the asshole issue in America. We're obviously not going to discuss parenting or morality or anything like that.
Right.
We're not going to deal with grassroots problems. So our problem is that we're dealing with the aftermath. So it's already happened, and we're trying to deal with that problem.
Right, we have 2 or 3 generations that are just raging dickheads, and the parents just kind of went, I don't know if I can't raise them. I got to take a selfie. Can't raise the kids. Got to get more pictures of me out there. Got to work on my abs.
Have I talked about how I feel about selfies yet? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've have a couple. We
I
almost have.
Okay.
We almost have as many selfie rants from you as we have gun rants from you. So here's the thing: the same people that are pro-gun are anti-abortion. So let's talk about that. Nope, can't kill, don't kill, can't kill, don't kill. Once it's born, fuck it, give it a gun, and if it gets killed, hey, so big, no big deal. It just seems the hypocrisy is so crazy.
What?
All this stuff is going on about.
Did you just tie a thread between guns and abortion?
I did, because the people that are pro-gun and anti-killing they're okay, anti-killing babies, which is fine. They're okay with a guy shooting 10 people in a school. They don't want to do anything to stop that. Now they're willing to burn down an abortion clinic or burn down Planned Parenthood.
I wouldn't say that they're okay with those people getting killed.
Do you know what I mean, though? You bring up okay. Well, first of all, and did you know that the Second Amendment, owning a gun, is a constitutional right? Did you know that? Did you know that abortion is a constitutional right? Roe versus Wade? It's a constitutional right. But nobody talks about that. No, hey, whoa. Hey, Second Amendment, a constitutional right. I have a constitutional right to abortion if I want it. Back off.
Was that amendment added to the Constitution?
Roe versus Wade.
That was a Supreme Court decision.
Right. It's a right. You have a right. The Supreme Court says you have the right to an abortion.
Okay. Well, I don't know that the Constitution says that.
I don't think it's in the Constitution. I think it's not in the Constitution.
You were just
I
using that
I
for more
got
effect.
hyperbole and started.
You got excited.
And I got louder.
You got excited.
Yeah, I did. Some volume started going. Got low. I did. I didn't get Harry Hitler excited. I got a little bit. It's not but it is a right. Supreme Court has ruled that you have the right to get an abortion, and
I don't think that those people want or are okay with school shootings, but I do think that nobody wants to deal with the issue if it possibly means that they themselves would have to give something up.
Right.
Which leads us back to my original statement, is that it's a bunch of narcissistic assholes that only care about me, and not thinking about the greater good of our country.
Or the right thing to do. That's what's really interesting to me, that Australia was started as an island of criminals. And in 1996, they had a massive school shooting. 35 people died. Massive. And a pro-gun conservative came out and said, we need to pass legislation to get... Now, you can still get a gun in Australia, but it's a lot harder. So the government instilled a gun buyback program. People didn't just give their guns up. They got paid. Here's some money. Here's $400, whatever it is. We want to buy your gun from you.
They tried that in California.
Yeah, and they paid a lot of money. A lot of people got a lot of illegal guns out of there. There was no questions asked.
A lot of people stole other people's guns and turned them in. They actually committed crime to end crime. It was very weird.
It was good. I like that. It almost created a wormhole and ended the universe. But we pulled out of it. So Australia's smart enough. Japan, you have to go through an incredible amount of testing and psychological evaluations to own a gun. England, same thing. England, and they were talking about crime. Everyone goes, crimes is through the roof in those countries. And I did the research there. It's actually not. It's actually less. It's in countries that don't have guns. It's actually less. Oh, and a lot less death, by the way. A lot less death. Japan has basically 0.6 people killed with gun violence per year. That's 1/6 of one person. That's how many people get killed in Japan. We have 12,000.
Say that again?
Japan?
Yeah.
0.6 people per year killed in Japan by gun violence.
0.6 people per year.
Yep. Per 100,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not 1/6.
Yep.
I just wanted to hear you do the math again.
I look. First of all, two
you
things.
got excited.
Geography and math. We need to just take those off the table.
You got excited.
I can put phrases together that are kind of inventive and cool. I'm good. I'm a good wordsmith, not a numbersmith.
You are a good wordsmith. You say some things like greasy boy taint in your new show. And I'm like, wow, it's amazing. By the way, new show this week.
Yep.
On tour.
Where are we going to be?
Thursday the 8th, we're going to be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota at the Orpheum.
Yep.
Friday the 9th, Topeka, Kansas. Saturday the 10th, Madison, Wisconsin at the Barrymore. By the way, Topeka is at the Topeka Performing Arts Center. And Sunday is going to be St. Louis, Sheldon Concert Hall. Yeah.
So just to be clear, I don't want people to get rid of guns. I really don't. I just think that if you want a gun and you really want it, you should have to be responsible, like a car. Fetus, get on the mic again. You were talking about there was a bunch of stuff you needed to get for a car. You looked it up. You need to get a driver's test.
Yes.
You need to have 40 hours of instruction to get a
Yes.
license. You need to have what else? Insurance.
Yep.
You need to have it needs to be registered.
Yep.
With the government.
Mm-hmm.
That your car. Not that, but the VIN number has to be registered. Like you can't just say, hey, "There's my car." It has to have a VIN number registered. And
You must carry proper identification
at all times,
Yes.
and insurance with you at all times.
Yes.
There you go. If we just, so every time someone brings up that cars kill people too, I said, okay, I'm just going to say, you know what? If you'll actually put your gun through the same rigorous thing that it takes to get a car and a license, I'm in.
I'm glad I cleared that up.
Thank you. It's good. And you cleared it up with
seat.
absolutely no energy whatsoever. It was good. There was no excitement. There was no vocal range. It was just, okay, yeah. It's like having
Yes,
Ben Stein
yes.
on all the time.
Yes.
Here he goes, whatever.
Did he say whatever?
No, in his head he did. Whatever. He said whatever.
Yeah, so that was exciting.
So, anyways, guys, I'm not anti-gun. I'm anti-asshole, and if we can't get rid of the assholes, which if you look around, our assholes are famous. We need.
What were you talking about? An IntelliGun.
I looked up something they're making in Utah called IntelliGun, and they're not out yet. Basically, you wrap when you grab the grip, your finger goes around, the hand that goes around, it's got a fingerprint reader on it, and it takes less time than it does to aim for it to read it. And you can program it you can put 3 different fingerprints in it, but if you just put your fingerprint in it, the gun won't fire. So I could put my gun in my kid's room on their nightstand, and they couldn't hurt themselves with it. I mean, they could hit each other in the head with it. You can always bludgeon somebody like in an old movie where the guy ran out of bullets, but it's got a fingerprint reader on it. And people, technology fails. Okay, all right. That's why there's 10 billion iPhones out there, because technology fails. And every day you pick your gun up, you unlock it, and then you put it back down, and it locks, and you just check your gun every night before you go to bed. So if the burglar comes in, you pick up your gun and you shoot him, and no one else can get shot. On top of that, if you use your gun to kill somebody, the investigator doesn't have to spend a whole lot of time wondering who shot your gun. You can't say, well, I didn't do it, someone else took my gun. Really? How'd they unlock it? Fuck, I'm going to jail. There you go. Saves time, cop time, everything. All we need is to get some technology. Google Gun. Let's do Google Gun. Google Gun. In fact, Fetus did an amazing graphic that'll be up on the website pretty quick of the new. What did you call it, Fetus? The safe.
The safe AF, the safest fuck gun.
Yeah, safe as fuck. So read it. Go ahead. Get on the mic. You can read it.
This is a lot for one day.
Yeah.
It's securely activated, finger encrypted, assisted firearm.
Yeah, safe as fuck gun.
The safest fuck gun.
What gun you got? Safe as fuck. There you go. It's also got a badass 5 to it too. We'll put that up on the website when we did the live version of this.
I'm going to go back one more time and just say this, put this out there, is because we actually. We talked about not glorifying the shooter anymore because that's the only reason that they do it. Well, have you noticed that now with this Oregon thing that's happening, the sheriff actually refused to say his name for the first time ever?
I just saw a picture today. The first picture I saw was from the BBC. It wasn't even from our country.
So I'd like to think that we started that because all of the major movers and shakers in the media listen to the Titus podcast to get their news.
And I tweeted
of course, they're
to
on
CNN,
your Twitter
at CNN. I said, you dumb fucks, quit talking about these idiots and talk about the victims.
Yep.
Yeah, so we did it.
It was all us. So you heard it here first. Everything we do is exclusive on the Titus podcast.
I think I went out full of ourselves. I'm going to take a selfie right now because we just solved the world's problems.
Sweet.
Click.
But also, I just want to throw this out there in case CNN is listening again, like they do. Maybe they could get this idea out in the world, my idea about 10 friends. Just call it the 10 Friends Act. 10 people have to come in and sign off saying that, yes, they vouch for you, and they wouldn't carry any liability for you.
It's like co-signing a loan. There's no liability. Right.
Well, Right. Except you do have liability when you co-sign a loan.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
No, you do.
No, if you actually
ask my dad about the car I got in college if he had liability.
No, he didn't co-sign. He actually signed the loan. No. If you get your credit approved, but they said they need a co-signer, they need someone that can track you down. That's why. There's two ways. You don't have to pay the loan back if you co-sign.
He co-signed, and he had to pay it back.
He signed the loan. You actually co-signed on the loan.
But I didn't pay it.
I know. You were the co-signer. That's why he had to pay it, because he was the main. All right, people, you're going to need to write in and tell us.
Please do. Anyway, I got a loan, but that's not my point. So 10 friends have to just vouch for you and just say, yeah, I think that he's a pretty good guy. He, I see him. He goes to the gun range, and he's responsible, and he doesn't seem crazy at all, and. Yeah, he should have a gun. And we have 10 people.
And we have someone that calls those people. Go, what do you think of 3 questions? This, and this. Good. Boom, this and this. How's his relationship? Him and his wife are fighting. Really? Are they getting divorced? Yeah. Okay, because I heard there was a story, guy in Australia got his gun pulled because he was going through a divorce. And he sat down with the psych evaluator, and the guy said, hey, man, you seem really upset about this. He goes, oh, man, she's crazy. He goes, okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull your gun for a year. And the guy was like, oh, I guess I am kind of mad. Okay. And Listen, we could fix the whole gun thing today if we did with these simple rules. Really, everybody keeps their gun. Number one, we retrofit with a fingerprint scanner. The gun will not operate unless your fingerprint is on it. That's number one. Right there, that cuts out like 7 of the problems. It cuts out anybody else stealing your gun and shooting. It stops your kids accidentally shooting themselves. It stops someone in your house picking up your gun and shooting you or themselves. It stops gun theft, because who's going to take a gun they can't fire? If you can't figure it out, that's it. So that's it. Then you actually do the 10 Friends Act. 10 friends, you need 10 references. Now, and this happens in Japan, by the way. I think Australia, it's 3 or 5 people have to vouch for you. And your spouse has to sign off. Your spouse has to be informed that you're getting a gun, and they have to sign off on it. Now, that would surprise some people, because a lot of people get killed that know each other. A lot of people who die were shot by people they know. Mm-hmm. So imagine you get the surprise call. Hey, did you know Titus is getting a gun, Ray?
Oh, no, he isn't. No, no, sit tight. I'm about to bring 75,000 people with me. I got a petition. I'm going to put it up online, and in less than 5 minutes, it'll be 100,000 people. Just hold on. I'll be there in a minute.
Even that's
Don't
funny.
do anything until I get there.
Even you could do the 10 Facebook friend thing. You just have it just right now. Honestly, you could actually psych eval people just on Facebook. You could every time someone wants to get a gun, you just have the government agency go to their Facebook and you just see what they wrote. And you go, well, this Facebook post from 2 weeks ago where these motherfuckers need to die. You said these motherfuckers need to die right in the post. You aren't getting a gun. Well, but no, you said it right there. There you go. Look at Fetus thinking of all the crap he's written on online. He's like, uh-oh. He's just sitting there going, that's a bad idea.
I'm so lonesome I could cry. My friend went away.
You okay, Feety?
Is your friend going to come back? He's crying.
He'll be back maybe someday.
Yeah, he'll be back, just like Mom and Dad and
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And everybody else. They'll come back for you.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Okay.
We got you till then.
We got you.
It's a little abusive, I know, but you just live with, it's fine. We're like foster parents.
We are a lot. We're collecting the check.
Abusing you a little bit, but you eat, so shut up.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm doing the best I can to raise a man. I really am. Doing the best I can. I'm not always successful, am I, Feety?
Sometimes.
At raising a man, I mean.
Sometimes, maybe.
I don't know what happened. We were talking about something, and then we took an off-ramp. It was an odd off-ramp.
SIDS?
So there you go. So you do that. So you take everybody's on social media. You could actually get a sampling of everybody.
That's what we were talking about. Yes, there are some scary people on Facebook. Do you know who the people that scare me the most? And they're always the ones that you're like, wow, you have like no social skills.
Yeah.
Are the people that don't use a real photograph as their profile pic, which I think is an indicator of their level of insecurity.
Yeah. It's
often a little bit heavier people, you can tell, and they use like some anime picture or some gaming weird thing, and there's no real pictures, and they randomly post those pictures throughout the day with weird phrases, and like those people scare me.
Yeah.
There's no big smiling, this is me with my mom, this is me with my dad, here's my friends. No, there's no friends.
Yeah, if you're only posting cartoon selfies of other people, that's pretty indicator. I would say indicator.
Indicator number 1.
Yeah.
Good call, though, on that.
So
you could check people out through their social media.
Yeah,
and then part of the background check.
It would kill the haters because people would have to go, oh, wait, I want to get my new gun. I'm going to have to be cool. How's everybody doing? Good to see everybody. I feel great today. Life is good.
You would see, where the hell have you been? Who is this?
Dude, your site's been hacked. Why? It's really nice and positive. Who got a hold of your site?
Yeah, people post some scary crap.
You didn't say Obama was Kenyan in 3 days. What's going on? So there's that. So psych eval, fingerprint gun, tech gun. Because why don't we have tech with guns? We have a tech everywhere else. Why don't we have this amazing lockable tech that basically would just save so many problems?
I'll say again, like we always say, driving, you have to take a test to show that you know how to drive.
Yep.
So take a test and then requalify. You have to requalify to get your license again. You have to update all your information. 4 years, You have to prove that you know what you're doing.
Yep.
Just do that. Why would we care? Don't we want people that have weapons to at least have demonstrated some sort of
and you have
capability?
To have a gun pink slip, like a gun pink slip too, because then if you sold the gun, you'd have to fill out the pink slip like a car.
Transfer it.
Yeah,
yep.
You transfer it. Then... Yeah.
I get it. Everyone's going to say, of course, criminals aren't going to do that because...
Because they're criminals. Right. That's why. We're not doing it for criminals. Eventually, though, it would weed itself out. It would take a while because we're not smart enough as the Australians to go, oh, you know what? People are dying. People are dying left and right. I say we turn the guns in, yeah?
The argument that we can't control, it's too far gone, we can't control what criminals do, so we should just do nothing,
Jeb Bush,
is the
stuff happens.
dumbest thing I've ever heard. So you're not even going to try?
Right,
it's
no.
like me being born and me saying, you know what, I'm going to die, and I can't change that. I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to be someday, so I'm not going to do shit.
Might as well eat cheese.
Might as well, every day.
Eat cheese and aluminum foil. That's what I'm
Can't
gonna
do anything about dying.
Yeah, nope. We're all gonna die. Why not just die now?
It's the dumbest thing. Why
Yeah.
not start being cause in the matter of your own life and your own society? It's so stupid. Like, quit being lazy.
No, but they want their guns. It's all self-centered. You know it's all self-centered. People just want what
But
they
you
want.
can have your guns. But
There's a lot of guys right now, and until I understood how good Tesla was, if someone came to me and said, you have to give up your hot rod, I've been pissed about stuff. I get it. Like, your gas-powered hot rod, you have to give up tomorrow because it's ruining the environment. I'd be like, fuck that. I mean, I get it. I understand the gun people. And and then now that Tesla's coming out with a 750 horsepower electric car, now I'm like, okay. Whee!
now they're tickling your taint. They're
There
like,
you
come
go.
on over, Titus.
Yeah,
Come
let's
here,
go.
Titus.
My acceleration taint has been massaged. Let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give up all of them to have a Tesla. So maybe we just need to change the minds. Not we, but the minds of people need to change. This one for whatever reason, I think we're all even gun people are getting a little aware that it's kind of nutty. It's getting a little nutty. The extremes, the far extreme gun people are the ones still bitching. The people that used to bitch are kind of like.
It just boggles my mind that this is what we live in today and it's normal. I've talked before about your daughter saying, oh, was there another school shooting? But last week, your son, I was picking him up and he was telling my mom and me that, he's talking about how parents can't come inside the gates anymore. And you talked about this in your last special, available at ChristopherTitus.com. But he said not only that, but they have security gate doors on every classroom now that the teacher can lock and bolt if something happens. And I just thought, and he's just saying it like it's a normal thing. That will be all that he remembers. He won't remember a time when we didn't have something like that.
Or a time where people weren't getting shot at other schools. Isn't that sad?
It is sad, and it's normal to him. That's how we're raising kids in the world today. And people are arguing that that's fine and that's okay because they should have their guns.
Even though other countries don't have this problem of piles of dead kids. I just want to remember, piles of dead kids, people. When someone goes, hey, man, Second Amendment, just go, piles of dead kids, and then stop talking. All right, now here's some good news, guys. And I don't know if it's good news or weird news. So yesterday, someone sends me a tweet that the Westboro Baptist Church, the people that were those signs that said God hates fags. And by the way, God doesn't hate fags. God loves everybody. Did they read the Bible? How do you start a church that basically just is so anti the Bible? So of all people, the Westboro Baptist Church in Topeka is going to protest Christopher Titus.
I actually had a news story I was going to surprise segue from into
Yeah?
that. But yeah, they're stupid idiots. They are. We've done a whole podcast about them before, which I'm sure that CNN called them and told them that we did, and that's why they're mad at you.
Yeah.
But we actually had people, this was like in the first few months, I think, of us doing the podcast. We had listeners like buying them subscriptions to like Gay Weekly or whatever and mailing it. We gave out the mailing address and the phone number. We had people calling them all the time. But they're now protesting the weather service.
The what?
Yeah, they went to Norman, Oklahoma to protest the nation's weathermen for stealing God's glory and giving it to another by predicting the weather.
Wow. I have a question about these people. I mean, I get crazy, but at least Scientology keeps its behind closed doors in a room where Tom Cruise is speaking. You know, Scientology's like they're not walking on the streets. And every time so you see they put these signs, they're holding signs, God hates dead soldiers, God hates fags. Have you seen what some of the Westboro Baptist Church people look like? I think God hates the Westboro Baptist Church, or at least their stylist. Because their dietitian, there's really not the highest level of human I've seen over there. Not a whole lot of people who go, hey, could I get some advice? Hey, Westboro Baptist Church, you guys want to teach a seminar? You don't get that a lot. Anyways, it's a weird honor. I don't want to give these tampons any more press than they deserve, which is zero. But they're going to be protesting yours truly, Christopher Titus, in Topeka. I'm going to film
You
them.
finally made it.
Really, some dumbass. I don't think I've made it. I think they've just fallen so far that
And the Weather Service.
that so few people give a shit. Who can we go to? Go to Titus.
I will say that the press release that they wrote about coming to protest the show in Topeka on Friday is pretty funny. They said your comedy, read pig slop.
Pig slop.
Hilarious. But it was all about basically you're glorifying, I think because you said the
Dysfunctional
words, there is
families.
no God, even though they didn't listen to the next line. And you're glorifying dysfunctional. You're saying it's fun. And you're glorifying adultery, drug addiction, murder, suicide,
Right.
and all the other things
it's-
your parents did.
So I guess if you become a fundamentalist any religion, they take your sense of humor. Is that part of does that just burn out that part of your
Pretty
brain?
much.
Is it when you become this?
I think you said there is no fun in fundamental.
Yeah, there's no fun in fundamental. Definitely mental though.
Yeah.
A lot of mental.
No fun. Fundamental anything. Anytime I meet any fundamental anything, it scares the crap out of me.
No fun.
Fundamental or orthodox. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
you read that book too many times.
Yeah, and then you made some shit up that isn't in that book.
That's the
show
problem.
Show me where it says that. It doesn't. We have to kill people that aren't like us. Where's it say that?
Fundamental people, you remember those books where you chose your own adventure when you got to the end of the story and you can go this way and read this page or go. That's fundamental Bibles are like that. That's what happens.
Just the end pieces, the end of the chapters are just blank. Fill in what you think.
It takes you all different places and it's not in. It's not in there. Go
No.
back and look. It's not in there.
Read it one more time. Read it one more, to the Westboro Baptist Church. I'll read it again. Vince Gill, there's a video of Vince Gill walking, goes outside of his concert, and one of them goes, Vince Gill, what are you down here? And he goes, I came out to see what hate looks like. And he starts going, and he Phelps is here, and and they're getting weird. They're really they're quiet. And he goes, where's the Phelpses at? And she goes, well, you got divorced. She goes, have you read the Bible about forgiveness and turning the other cheek and what Jesus wrote? Have you read that? And they get real quiet. And then he goes, what are you guys, the C team? I thought, I like Vince Gill. So the most interesting man in the world said that you and I should go in Topeka. I should dress as a priest, and you should dress as a nun, and we should go and interview them.
Ooh.
Come on, son. Are you in?
Well, our show is at 8:30.
Right.
They are protesting. What did their press release say? 7:15?
Oh, really?
7:15
Yeah.
or 7:45, one or the other. Here's what's funny about that. Our show is at 8:30 at the Topeka Performing Arts Center because there was a mishap in scheduling, and the executive director forgot that there was a wedding rehearsal party, a whole thing going on, and so
Is this Saturday or Sunday?
it's Friday.
Oh, Friday, okay.
So neither.
It's good, though, because people get off work, they can get some dinner, they can get
No. I loved it.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
good.
Friday's
8:30 is good.
great because
Yep.
everyone's at work, right? But anyway, it actually worked out really well. But they wanted us to come in at 9, so they are actually going to be having her wedding thing while you have now brought the Westboro Baptist Church out.
No. There's
Awesome.
I didn't bring them out.
You did. Bring them out. Bring them out.
I did
It's
not
hard
do
to
it.
yell when the barrel's in your
I did
mouth.
not. So, guys, this week, here's where we're going to be. On Friday night, Thursday night, we're going to be in
You tell me.
South Dakota.
Yay.
Yeah, South
Sioux
Dakota.
Falls at the Orpheum.
Sioux Falls at the Orpheum on Thursday night. Friday night, we're going to be at Topeka, Kansas at the Performing Arts Center. Saturday, we're going to be in Madison, Wisconsin at the Barrymore Theater, which is a blast of a theater.
Yeah, it's
So,
really
and
awesome.
like Charlie Chaplin performed there. Like the backstage is horrible.
Isn't that the place on the first floor where Nirvana's footprints are on the wall?
No.
Where was that?
That was on the. I think that was on the Billings tour, wasn't it? That was on the. Billings
No,
tour.
it's the lower. Isn't it the lower floor?
I don't know. And then Sunday night we're gonna be, I forget, St. Louis.
Yay!
Hey, yay! I did it all. These are places that are close to each other. Well, it turns out.
Wait, where are we going to be in St. Louis?
St. Louis at the Comedy Center, performing live place.
Sheldon Concert
That's
Hall.
the Sheldon Concert Hall. That's where
Very
we're going to be.
good. But you got 3 out of 4, so it's pretty good.
And I got the cities right.
Yeah, you actually got 5 out of 7, I guess, if we put it that way. It's pretty good.
Guys, I want you to do something before we move on to the news. Follow Ray and I on Twitter, at Titus Nation on Twitter and Instagram for me, and at Ray Bradley on Twitter. And what's your Instagram?
Ray Bradley.
At Ray Bradley. Good. And Facebook, The Real Christopher Titus.
Bombshell Rae.
Yep. And ChristopherTitus.com. People, you can get all 6 of my current specials. 90 minutes of comedy. on ChristopherTitus.com. Order them. I sign them. We'll send them to you. And then click through the Amazon link on the page. When you're on the page, I know Christmas is coming up. You're going to buy some stuff. Click through, and it gives a little money to us, and all that money goes to finance Special Unit, the movie we're going to film in February. Also, subscribe to Christopher Titus TV on YouTube for the weekly updates. And go to YouTube. Subscribe to that. We always send funny stuff out, for God's sakes.
Yeah, it's really great. It's a whole collection of your best moments.
Christopher Titus TV. And new stuff. Any, like, weird videos we do and stuff.
Westboro Baptist Church videos should go on there.
I'm taking the camera. I'm going out and talking to them.
I don't have a nun outfit.
We'll go to the, because Halloween's coming up. We'll go, even worse, we'll go to the Halloween store and buy sexy nun and have you slutty nun. And I'll be like, she's dressed like a nun. We just want to make you guys feel better. And you just be totally like buxom and just, what? I'm dressed as a nun. And I'm a priest. I'll get sexy. I'll go to
sexy priest
with a really short black pants and just make it really wrong.
A thong.
Come on, let's do this.
A thong.
Are we doing this?
A priest thong.
We're going to do this?
You're going to do that.
And we can film it. And I'll interview them. I'll go, why are you guys out here today? What exactly do you think you're going to cause change in? Come on.
They aren't. Don't you get that they just want the publicity? They're just trying to get any publicity from anywhere.
The guy Phelps has 3,000 followers on Twitter. They've been like in the national news for 5 or 6 years now. He's got 3,000 followers.
Yeah, but the WBC has a lot more.
No, they don't.
Yeah, like 17.5 or something like that.
Wow. That's got to piss him off. Some rattle-trap comedians got 3 times as many followers as they do. That's got to piss them off. It doesn't
Rattle
work.
trap? Is that in your bio?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what I call myself. Yeah, rattle-trap comedian. From here. Used to have a TV show. And now, from sea to she. She to she? From she to she. From sea to she.
From sea to shining.
Continent to continent. Around the world and sometimes space. It's Bombshell Rae with the Bombshell News. Putin.
Most importantly, can we talk about what this new button is on Twitter called Moments?
No, what is that?
You haven't even seen it?
No.
I know we're like the old people that don't know what's going on in the world.
There's a new button on Twitter. What does it do?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. At the bottom, it
we
says...
actually sound like 2 old people now. I don't know. I just asked you. Well, damn it. Don't
It's
bring
at the
up
bottom.
some,
It says Moments.
I don't know. I don't have any idea what it means.
All right. Well, I just thought I'd ask.
Well, I'd like to thank Twitter for continuing to do new stuff that use up more of our time, so we actually don't actually get anything done. Thank you, Twitter.
It's very confusing. Ohio man calls the cops to complain he got too high on marijuana.
He complained? How
Yes.
old is this guy?
The Youngstown Vindicator reports that Austintown Township Police on Friday found the 22-year-old man curled in the fetal position on the floor groaning and surrounded by snacks, including Doritos, Goldfish crackers, and Chips Ahoy cookies.
Surrounded by snacks. That's the name of my next album.
The man, the newspaper reports that the man told officers he couldn't feel his hands. They found a glass jar of marijuana and paraphernalia in his car after he handed over his keys voluntarily. He did refuse medical treatment. So far has not been charged with a crime because it's not legal in Ohio, right?
No.
But he called for help. He was so high, which I thought about doing that one time.
Yeah, I've had that. I had that at the same time with you. I had that one time we did that at the cabin. I had a moment of like, we need some help. We need to be medevaced out of here because I'm laughing too hard. That'd be really harsh for the medevac guys. Just I'm sorry, I make it stop. And just get him in the chopper.
I would have died. I could have died, and you would have been laughing hysterically. The last thing I heard when I was dying would have been you laughing hysterically, saying, "She's dying, she's dying." Oh my God.
I can't believe it. I can't laugh.
And then I would have heard, "Oh God, make this stop."
I'm not
Make
laughing
it
that she's
stop."
dying. I'm laughing that I'm laughing about she's dying. That's wrong. That's exactly what my brain was doing.
I'm so cold.
By the way, guys, also on ChristopherTitus.com, get the Titus app. We have a Titus app now, and that'll give you our dates and what we're doing, and we'll be sending out little jokes on
And
there.
a hidey ho, and a heedy ho.
Yep.
Puppy shoots Florida man, deputies say.
See, right there, puppy violence. See, right there. If that puppy had a paw reader that would have read that puppy's paw, I guess he could have still shot the guy. Maybe it was an accident. Was the puppy cleaning his gun when it went off? What exactly happened?
This happened in Pensacola. A man who tried to shoot 7 puppies was shot himself when one of the dogs put its paw on the revolver's trigger.
Oh, I love that. That's so great. Hi, I just want to be your friend. Bang!
He was holding two of them, one in his arms and one in his left hand. The dog wiggled and put its paw on the trigger and shot him.
Did he die?
He had already killed 3 of the puppies and put them in a shallow grave outside his home. 4 of them lived. That one puppy saved 3 of his brothers and sisters.
Vigilante puppy. Yeah, I saw 3 of my brothers go down. I was a tiny dog, 6, 7 weeks old. And I saw that son of a bitch with his hand on that trigger. And I put my little 4-finger paw up in there. And I shot him in the face. Dead. Dead. Now I roam the earth looking for other bad men. And I kill a puppy gunslinger. That's me. Puppy gunslinger. If that isn't a YouTube video we need to do and spend money on that.
Somebody got a pee pad. I gotta go.
Hold on. The only way I can be diverted from my quest is if someone has a ball.
Ball! Our dog's ears just perked up from across the city. What was I going to tell you?
I don't know. You were going to say you were doing the news usually, but...
No, but I thought of something, and then it just right out of my head.
Puppy Gunslinger.
Puppy Gunslinger. Yeah. Coming in theaters next fall. Pennsylvania man allegedly has been fired for farting too much at work.
If you're at work in a room full of people, isn't once enough? It's too much. Once is too much.
He's 70 years old, so give him a break. But also, he worked at Case Pork Roll Company of Trenton, New Jersey.
That's part of the deal? If you work at a Case Pork Roll Company, you're a farter. That's just, there is no, how did those people get offended? They work at a pork roll company. How bad was this guy's farts, man?
Well, he got that gastric bypass surgery, and because he's too lazy to exercise. And he has now been suffering embarrassing side effects, including extreme gas and uncontrollable diarrhea. He was 420 pounds. Yeah. And so that wasn't just, like a medical thing.
We also don't like the fat guy. First of all, he's a lazy fat guy, and now he's smelly. Can we fire him?
You were the coworker totally that got him fired.
I'm
of course.
Totally listen, Shitty Shitterstein over here look. We're all glad that he got the gastric bypass because he can't seem to. The guy hasn't walked up a stair. To him, a curb is stairs. So we're glad he got it. He lost about 80 pounds, but now he smells constantly like the inside, like a bucket of butts. He smells like a bucket of butts all the time. Can we get rid of him? I'm gonna go eat a pork roll. You guys decide what you're gonna do. And by the way, just so you know how offended I am, I work in a fucking pork roll company, and this guy makes me sick. There you go. I'm that guy.
Of course you're that guy.
And you know what? I'm management potential in that company.
Yes, you are. But I guess his side effects took a harsh turn to where it was unbearable. People said that they couldn't run an office and have visitors with the odor in the office. People were complaining. Clients were complaining. But anyway...
Clients that were buying pork rolls were complaining.
His lawyer said the key part of the case, he said flatulence and farting is just the sexy part of the story, but his client actually, ready? Here's the quote, suffers from obesity, which is covered by the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Is it really?
Apparently. I'm assuming his lawyer
eating
knows.
Too much, you actually stuffing food into your own face and getting fat on your own, making a decision. No one force-fed you. No one waterboarded you with sausage.
Puts you in the same category as soldiers returning from war.
With a leg blown off.
Yes.
Or my buddy Mike, who's got cerebral palsy.
Yes.
That's some bullshit.
Suffers from obesity. Of course he's suffering, but it's self-imposed suffering.
Oh, man. That's like someone suffered from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. You did it,
idiot.
Like,
soldiers that we know, like Sergeant Pepper, might wish that he could get his eyesight back, but he can't ever get it back. But fat people, you could lose the weight. And
you could lose weight. You could exercise and get off your asses and do something. Right. We do. I work out 4 or 5 times a week. I don't understand why other people can't. Do you?
I don't. But I do know that fat people make very pretty snow angels.
They do. Well, they're cute. They're really snowmen, really.
They're just nice. It's a perk. Anyway, they're
send
suing.
those letters to
Fetus.
To Fetus Farmer at the Titus Podcast.
He'll sift through them and throw them away.
Yes,
because we'll be at the gym.
Ouch!
This
and
guy.
Then one more.
They're suing. His wife is suing because he's too lazy Because he's fat.
His wife is because he can't find the energy to do it. Too busy eating pie.
Pork roll.
I've got a lot of pork rolls and pies.
Orlando, Florida.
I'm suffering. What happened in Orlando?
George Zimmerman has posted a letter on his Twitter account claiming that he did not intentionally retweet a photo of Trayvon Martin's dead body. This guy just won't go away.
You know, it's weird. It's like a guy who had a hit album a long time ago, and he goes on tour, and he goes, "Remember that hit I had?" And because that was what Trayvon made Zimmerman famous. So now he's actually tweeting out a picture of the guy.
He retweeted a tweet. He said that he didn't know that it had a picture of Trayvon's dead body because it was marked sensitive, and he retweeted it because the tweet actually said Z-Man is a one-man army, which then again goes to what kind of asshole tweets something like that about him with a picture of the dead body, but then he retweeted it to all of his followers. This is a dead kid, and we're making
You know, the good news
light
about
of
guys
it.
like Zimmerman is that eventually,
Tell me.
well, you have faith, right? You believe that things work out.
I do.
Eventually, people that do shit like this, like his life has been one of constant being arrested, domestic violence. People, giving people his iPad that has, he's threatening people. He's been arrested like 6 or 7 times since then. He always gets away with it. He's an arrogant prick. And if Zimmerman, by the way, if anyone knows him and you by some weird act of God listen to his podcast, tell Zimmerman he's an arrogant prick, and I'd love to see him at one of my shows. It'd be great. I would love to be heckled by George Zimmerman. I take that back. He'd probably shoot me from the audience.
Don't give him any ideas. I totally believe in perfect balance. The world is always in perfect harmony. So for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. It's scientific. So you're just seeing, his pendulum swing is nasty because of what he did. Yeah. So I'm going to enjoy watching him.
Well, you know what we should do? We should do an asshole update. We should do like Casey Anthony, George Zimmerman. Go through the biggest, what happened to the guy from Subway, Jared. We should do like an asshole update. There was something one of the TV shows did something recently. Oh, Saturday Night Live did this thing where they went through all the summer assholes. It's amazing the level of douchebags we've had in this country. Cosby.
In the past year.
Yeah, it's really weird, man. Really weird. The Dugars,
Duggars.
Whatever. I say Dugars.
You know what's weird is there's been no update about Jared.
No, he went to jail. He did. I'm sure Subway was like, you're not saying a word. You're not going to trial. We're getting you out of the news as fast as we can. He's in jail. He's done.
But there's even when I just searched it to see, there's nothing since August 2015. Usually you get an update like he went to prison today. His wife is filing for divorce. Nothing.
It doesn't say
nothing.
Is Jared in prison? It doesn't.
There's nothing.
Wow, that's weird.
Isn't it?
Maybe they killed him. Maybe Subway killed him. They sit in the Subway ninjas they chopped him up.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't eat the chicken patties.
There's one story that automatically pops up. We asked prison inmates how Jared Fogle will get treated behind bars.
And what'd they say?
I don't know. I'm not going to read it.
Oh,
but
come on.
I'm just saying I think we all know the answer, but I love that that's our news. They're like, we should go interview inmates. Okay.
Well, he going to get a foot long. That's what he going to do.
I'm sorry, what?
He going to get a foot long.
What kind?
That's up to him, man. We got some Italians in the here. We got all kinds of people in here, man.
BMTs.
Yeah, Greeks. Man, he gonna get him a Greek. He gonna get a foot long Greek and then a wrap.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oscar Koloskovo. He liked to snuggle. That's called a Greek wrap.
I think it's more of an aggressive snuggle in prison.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Large McLargerstein, an exercise pill may soon exist. It has all of the positive effects of a workout without the sweat or the gym membership.
Because it always works out. Here's what bothers me the most about Americans. We spend so much time trying to figure out easier ways to be lazy, trying to do shit without having to do shit. You know what we want to do? Hey, I would like a workout pill so I don't have to work out. You know what I would like? Instead of being healthy and keeping my body in shape so I can get a hard-on, I'd like a pill that gave me a hard-on, that basically shuts my veins down so my cock fills up with blood and gets hard. That's what I would like. No, don't want to stay in shape, don't want to eat right. You know what? I have cancer. I cured it, but now I'm going to eat I'm going to eat what gave me cancer in the first place. I would just like to be lazy. Can we put some more effort into being lazy? I don't know any country or people on the planet that put more fucking effort into being lazy than Americans do. Jesus.
Well, I don't need to read the news story. No, that was pretty much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
An air hostess was found.
Is that what it says?
Yes.
I've called them. I got mad once when I called them an air waitress, and they got really pissed at me.
Really? That's so weird that they didn't like that. That's so weird.
She was like, "Could you put that down? Put that, sir. We're about to take off." Excuse me, air waitress. I was going through.
Wait, what were you doing? You mean you were doing something that was against the rules that you already knew was against the rules?
I was going through a bad time. Yeah.
What was the bad time?
I was going through I was in one of my moods. You've seen me in those moods, and I was in a mood. You know the mood that I get to sometimes that if anyone ever saw it, I would never be able to get a gun? That mood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You were cranky.
A little bit.
You were pissy.
I was.
You
I was
were.
cranky and pissy.
You were very cranky.
And I
pissy.
get like that sometimes. I've gotten better, though. In the last year, I finally, this is the first time in my life, I feel like a grown man. And I have a little more control of my emotions.
Ow.
Yeah.
Meow. Air hostess found with man in toilet on flight.
She's doing it. Wait, what airline is this? Is that part of their training? I'm sorry.
Yes. What'd you say? A stewardess was caught with a passenger inside the lavatory, because that's what they call it, of an aircraft owned by a Middle Eastern carrier. This was Emirates, which is a really nice airline.
Yep.
My mom used to love to fly. They immediately sacked her. Yeah.
And in the Middle East, that means they actually got a burlap sack, put her in it, and beat her with a stick.
Yeah, exactly.
Till she was dead.
Exactly. After she admitted to seducing other passengers during the flight to make money. She has made more than $1 million over 2 years. 2 years, $1 million just by diddling passengers in the lavatory.
Well, imagine it's Emirates. Imagine the rich people that are on those planes, the oil money that's on those planes. And if she's hot,
Guy, she told him for $2,000, and he said, "Yep." So imagine every flight she does one of those.
Or
$2,000.
of those.
Ew.
Imagine that. Imagine being on a flight because they have on those long flights, those long international flights. They have their own under the.
Oh, the long flight. You're right.
Yeah, they can go take a shower, do whatever. She can clean it up. So she's on an 18-hour flight. 18 hours.
When
That's
everyone
1, 2,
goes
3,
to
4.
sleep.
Yeah.
This is actually brilliant. I wonder if they're hiring.
I know. You could be an air waitress. I could be one. Hello, everybody. I will meet you in the laboratory.
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, you would probably go over really well in the Middle East.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want those people. No.
What?
They're furry.
Oh, like Feedy. Anyway, yeah, you're right, because she said that she preferred long-distance flights between the Gulf and the U.S. So that, you're right, she could do several a flight. And then
I'm fired? Okay, bitches.
I'm a millionaire. Because they can't take the money back. It's not like it was given to her.
Right.
She worked hard for her money.
And those bathrooms are tiny.
Yeah. No, not on those long flights. If you remember, like when we went to
right.
London and stuff, or South Africa, those were big, comparatively speaking, for an airline, those were pretty big bathrooms. We would take our little suitcase in there and change and brush our TVs.
Yeah, together.
No.
And then I gave you $2,000. Air waitress.
Well, I made car noises.
Yeah, when you do that, it's over too fast.
So guys, please come and see us this week. This is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a lot of travel, but it's going to be really fun. These are all really good theaters.
And at Topeka, we're going to go out before the show.
Topeka.
And we're going to film the Westboro Baptist Church. I think I'm going to talk to them. We're going to have a little interview arena over there.
You should be Harry Hitler when you're talking to them.
What are you doing out here? Hello, so you don't like Sir Christopher Titus?
Are you going to try to disguise yourself so they don't know it's you?
No, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go out there and talk to them.
But don't you think that's what they want?
No, I did until I saw Blake Shelton do it. It wasn't Blake Shelton. It was who was it?
Already forgot.
One of the country guys. Blake.
And you said you liked him, but
Blake,
you
what's his
don't
face?
know who he is. Vince Gill.
Vince Gill. That's it. Vince Gill. I know Blake Shelton's the guy in The Voice.
Let's add country music singers to geography and math.
I know who Willie Nelson is, and I know who Willie Nelson is,
Uh-huh.
and Johnny Cash,
Uh-huh.
and I know, and I got to work with Travis Tritt,
Mm-hmm.
and the other guy, Tony.
Hawk.
No, he's not a country singer, at least that I know of anymore.
Tony.
No, not Tony. Toby Keith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and I know some country singers. Shut
Uh-huh.
up.
Anyone
So-
else?
Patsy Cline,
You can't.
Garth Brooks.
Oh, that was an easy. That was a gimme.
Okay, so then you got Billy Ray Cyrus.
No, that doesn't even count.
Why?
That's not. I don't even count that.
Jeff Foxworthy.
He does not sing country music.
All right, I like country music.
No, you don't.
I really don't
I know.
at all.
I know.
Guys, do me a favor. Go see the shows. We're going to be in St. Louis. We're going to be in South Dakota first. Then we're going to be in
Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Then we're going to be in Topeka, Kansas. And then we're going to be in Madison, Wisconsin. Then we're going to be in St. Louis. I'm excited to do this tour.
What state is St. Louis in?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey!
Did I do it?
Yay!
Yay! I got one. I feel like in school. I feel like a third grader. Yay!
Your arms are in the air.
St. Louis Mo.
You're fist pumping.
I am. I got a geography question correct.
You did.
Aren't you happy?
But you looked panicked for a second.
I
You
did.
went totally blank, frozen. It was like.
I said St. Louis, and I went in my head. I went, that's the same state as Columbus. No, it's not.